Kia ora and welcome to Beer Club. I'm Joe.
I'm Luke.
And this is Sicilia by 8 Wide. A beer that has no category.
Other.
Yeah, it is literally just other on Untapped. I was wondering if they made it like a cream ale or something. But yeah, just other.
I respect that.
Yeah, there is barley, hops, yeast in it, so it is still beer.
It is a beer, yeah. Yeah, I feel like, I suppose there's a few different approaches when you're doing these like culinary or cocktail or beers that are inspired by something else. Cheers.
Cheers.
You can take a beer style and zhuzh it to incorporate different flavours, like the grapefruit IPA works so perfectly. Or you can have something which is just the other end of the spectrum, which is just like, we'll just call it other. And I feel like a lot of beers just have a style in there just for the sake of a word. So you'll have something like a bacon smoked IPA.
Yeah.
It's like, well, there's nothing to do with an IPA.
It's a rough beer.
Call it just call it like a bacon flavoured beer.
Yeah.
And the whole like ice cream IPA type thing. I think most of the time, just like don't put the word IPA on the end, the acronym IPA on the end. It's totally unnecessary.
But I suppose all of those beers would start from a place of, okay, here's an IPA recipe, how do we make it super juicy or super sort of desserty? Whereas this started as, here's a cocktail, how do we make a beer that tastes like that? And yeah, it's not sour at all. You get that kind of nice perfumey orange in there, there's the rhubarb for a bit of bitterness, and yeah, like things like Aperol and Campari, absolute ton of herbs, spices, botanicals that kind of go into creating that really complex, slightly bitter, but yeah, really complex, earthy kind of herbal character. And it comes across perfectly in this beer.
And beer has a history of that with Groot and all the different botanicals that were used in beer before hops became popular a couple hundred years ago. You'd have all kinds of stuff would be used to flavour beer and to keep beer, to restore it better. So it's not a completely radical idea to have these different herbs in there. And yeah, as you say, this is the goal for this beer was to replicate an Aperol spritz type cocktail.
Yeah.
And it succeeds.
Yeah, super good effort at it. It's definitely cool to see breweries still experimenting like this. 8 Wide nail everything they do pretty much.
Yeah.
But, this feels very 2018, doesn't it?
Yeah, when we're all still excited.
Yeah.
About cool beers before craft beer jumped the shark and just every single thing had been done, whether it's unicorn glitter or absolutely everything has been done. So yeah, this is a bit of sort of the excitement and just a simple, beautifully executed idea. Done really, really well. Yeah, 8 Wide are great at everything they do. They are a champion brewery, best brewery in the country. I think they've got that accolade a couple of times now. And yeah, they just scoop up awards left and right. It's a really, really fantastic approach to beers, from the very traditional and carefully executed to the more modern, unusual adjunct stuffed, caramel affogato sort of vibe. And we often talk about how we love a lot of their traditional European styles. Their Italian Pilsner is a real favourite of mine. The Maverick Stout, more of a sort of modern hoppy American. Everything they do is done with a lot of care, and it's not the sort of place where they'd let subpar beers roll out of the brewery.
No, it's not a cream ale with a shot of flavouring or something like that. It's definitely a lot of thought has gone into it, a lot of experimentation. Like when we did Desperate Glory with Soren. And we were brewing tea and weighing out, every milliliter of tea versus the beer and seeing sort of where we liked it, the sweet point. It wasn't just, this beer's not tasting that sort of complex. Let's dump tea in it. It was all considered, all measured, and it comes across in this beer as well.
Yeah, and that was so Desperate Glory was a beer that Small Gods and 8 Wide collaborated on and brewed together, which was an oud brewing, a Belgian style that was barrel aged for a year or so and blended with cumin tea, and was the best beer in New Zealand. So it won the New World Beer and Cider
It
Awards.
was in every New World in New Zealand, much to the chagrin of people in rural towns or whatever.
Yeah, just like that spectacular $20 bottle
If you're
of...
ever road tripping in a bit of a meh place and there's a New World, you might find a $5 bottle of Desperate Glory.
That'd be such a win. Yeah, but yeah, that's so amazing to to collaborate with them and work closely together on doing that. And yeah, just absolute favourite brewery. And the brewery was on the market last year. So it's founded by Soren and his wife Monique, and Soren is from Denmark originally. And I think the plan was that they were going to split some time and spend more time with the family over in Denmark. But obviously these days it's not a great time to set a brewery. There's a few on the market at the moment. So a little while ago they decided just to put it off and wait until the time was right. But yeah, of all the different breweries that are out there on the market, I was most surprised to see that was not Snapfest. It's an amazing operation. And yeah, great brand and lineage, but also the actual the brew house, and they've got a barrel works as well, which is a really cool tap room in Matakana in the actual village. So yeah, it'll be cool to see what the future is. I hope they stick around. And if it does sell one day, I hope it goes to people that will continue to honour the heritage.
Keep the barrel program rolling, and all the fresh, good beer in cans pumping out.
Yeah, and there's been some good stuff with experimental hops recently. I've been enjoying. So yeah, it's sort of single hop beers with some of these
The
hops we might never see again.
Yeah, I think only 106 and 109 got selected for further breeding, from what I understand. Okay. But I might be wrong on that. But yeah, ones like 104, 105, 111 that we've enjoyed. Maybe not as great as the others. So yeah, no point breeding them.
Yeah. So quickly on this actual cocktail. So is this a cocktail that you're a fan of?
Aperol Spritz.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah,
it's good.
Simple.
It's good in situ. You know.
Yeah.
When you're in Italy and it's roasting hot and you're walking around and it's like €3.
Yeah.
Then it's amazing. When you're at home measuring things out, then I'm just cracking beer.
Yeah. Well, perfect beer for it. Eh?
Yeah, but yeah, super refreshing. It's a drink that's been around a very long time. I think Aperol is from the early 20th century.
Yeah.
The concept of spritz has been around before that.
Yeah.
Mixing wine and soda. Yeah, and I think sort of sometime in the 50s or 60s, someone would have had the bright idea to add this bright orange. What is it? A bitter.
Aperitif bitter.
Yeah. With all different types of botanicals and stuff, making it that crazy orange color. Into a spritz, and the Aperol Spritz was cool.
I feel like there a lot of really good stuff happened in the world of cocktails in the 1950s.
Yeah, there's many really interesting periods. A lot of great cocktails came out of almost every decade, except the 80s or 90s, where it was just absolute hellhole.
80s, flaming Lamborghinis.
Yeah, it's like Midori and everything, Blue Curacao and everything. Like maybe the Cosmo's like the only kind of classic that's come out of that period, but even then, that drink, not phenomenal.
Oh well, I hope beer's going to return to some glorious eras again. I think we're in a bit of a sad, depressing lull at the moment. We've had the last couple of years have been cold IPAs, a bit of a thing.
Yeah, I think. The sort of state of beer is that everyone's been in survival mode for the past couple of years. So you really got to do your market research, hone in on what customers are sort of buying, and focus your efforts on that, and then reduce your efforts at the same time. People kind of trimming down on sales teams and brew teams and all that, producing less, because then it means you owe less to the government come excise time. So hopefully we see a bit of a boom and a rebirth, and people are enjoying all different types of beer rather than just IPAs and hazies and West Coast Pilsners and stuff. But
Well, I know that's my approach when thinking about small gods beers to brew that are just going to get us really rich. So yeah, give the people what they want, which is a fresh hop amber table beer with green bullet. It's just people are clamouring to enjoy more
we've had
table
like
beers.
4 RSVPs to the launch of that. Maybe 5?
I think, yeah, one was a plus one, so yeah, there's
yeah.
going to be maybe 5 people coming
And us.
on Saturday. We'll be here, yeah. A couple of staff, but well, I guess they're working.
Yeah.
But there'll be people here, and maybe you could be here too. So this Saturday is the official Auckland Fresh Hop Festival. So as always, it is a pub crawl and brewery crawl across a bunch of different venues. So it's right here, it's over the road at Galbraith's, then stroll 20 minutes to the Lumsden, and then another 20 minutes, maybe 25, down to Parnell and Twofold Brewery. So each venue's got a bunch of different fresh hop beers on. So yeah, we're going to be launching the Small Gods first ever fresh hop beer, which is just about the latest release because it was with Green Bullet, which is a really fantastic hop, but it's the final hop to reach ripeness and readiness. So yeah, that was really cool to incorporate into a table beer, as we love. So very, very excited to get that point here. And we've got a bunch of other fresh hop beers from awesome breweries like Wilderness.
Yeah, we have their beer de coupage. So they released a beer called Rolling Meadows, and we had that in a previous Nano Fest, and this is a sort of rebrew of that, just hopped with fresh Ewok clones,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, so that'll be super interesting. We've got beautiful IPAs from Canyon and Shining Peak, and we also have, help me out, we literally just...
We've been sort of going back and forth. We're going to have some abandoned beers here. But anyway, check out our social media. You can see what's going to be pouring. Or just Sorman as well.
Sorman.
Yeah.
They're fresh hop NZH 109 Pilsner, which
Yes.
that is probably my favourite hop. In quite a long time. Just tastes like berries, super kind of sweet. Really nice, really interesting in that West Coast Pilsner.
Turn up, you'll be discovering a bunch of interesting, delicious stuff, and also the beers that aren't fresh hop are also going to be amazing. We've got a few special things on tap at the moment, and we're going to have Passa Passa food truck here.
Yep.
So really fantastic Italian style snacks and deep fried pizzas. etc.
Yeah, either traditional pizzas or deep fried pizzas. Just depends on the availability of a wood-fired pizza.
Cat hasn't quite decided the direction it's going yet, but it's going to be tasty.
Yeah, it's the food you want to eat with beer.
Yeah.
And we've got a DJ as well, spinning some old school sort of vinyl.
DJ Apparel Spritz now.
Wow, how topical.
Yeah, so that kicks off from midday, Saturday. Come along and grab a beer with us.
Yeah.
Amazing work, 8 Wired, as always, absolute freaking legends. Thank you for joining us and being part of Beer Club. Tell your friends, we'd love to get more people involved in Beer Club. It'd be good to grow this thing.
Yeah, it's not expensive, and it's a great way to try beers like this that you either aren't seeing in any shop near you or you're just not that sure about. But, it's great to try new things, it's great to expand the palate, and
It's good to have good stories to talk to your work colleagues about the next day.
Yeah.
What did you do last night? I drank a fresh hop amber table beer.
Wow.
Exactly that's the reaction you'll get from your interested colleagues.
You'd be that guy.
See you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.